Hare Krishna again. So just a recap from the last week. So it was uh, very good information about the Vidura, right? So if you go and search a little bit more about the Vidura, the personality of the Vidura and how he got that birth, and what are the good qualities of the Vidura, it's so nicely explained, but it's not like too much of information. But you search about the Vidura and his personality, what are the qualities mentioned in the Mahabharata. He's one of the, I think, topmost. Vidura is topmost, is equivalent to very like a Mahajana personality. He's so intelligent, so humble. And because one of the story we know that when Duryodhana invited Lord Krishna for dinner or lunch at home, but Krishna skipped the Duryodhana house and all the palatable food, but Krishna chose to go to Vidura house. So this makes that Vidura is not like an ordinary personality. So he has so good quality of that one. He is so humble, down to the earth person. So now the way he is asking the questions, you can see that he was so compassionate about his family member. He's not asking about only Pandavas or one specific thing. He's inquiring about everyone to Uddhava that, can you please tell me what is going on, who is what, or how they are doing, because he come to know that Kurukshetra war happened and there are a lot of people, they lost their life. So now Uddhava turns in the chapter number 2, he is remembering the Lord Krishna. And the way he was explaining, it's the thing is, there are a lot of example Prabhupada gave that it happens, right? So some of our very close relative who was so nice, when he was with us, we were not able to evaluate the quality of that personality. It happens, right? That he is with us, we think he's a normal person, he is with us. As soon he left us, it happens. I met some of the children, they lost their father. When the father was there, they were not getting the value of the father or mother. When they left, then they were saying, okay, I really now are feeling the separations of my parents. So similarly now the Uddhava is feeling that separation now. Like we learned in the previous canto, when Arjuna back from the Dwarka, when he came back, the way he was explaining to Yudhishthira that, okay, Krishna left this planet, the way he was explaining is now he is feeling more pain than when he was going to the Dwarka. The way he was explaining, he was crying. He was not able to having the full compassionate that what is happening. Though similarly now Uddhava is explaining to him that Krishna was with us, and he was, when he was here, we are not feeling that much, like we are not able to understand that he is the supreme personality. And most unfortunate people were the Yadu's families, where he took the birth, where he appeared in that family and he's showing the so many qualities. All the 6 opulences he showed to them. And Uddhava is giving the one example of, he showed the all 6 opulences to each and every Brajvasis. Still after knowing the quality, all the 6 opulences from the Krishna, when he was showing to everyone, why these unfortunate people not understand that he is the supreme? See, so now Uddhava is realizing that one, we were so unfortunate that the supreme personality came to us, but our eyes is not able to identify this personality. We were so unfortunate. So now he was remembering all the pastime of the Lord Krishna, and he is telling to Vidur. So now going back to little bit touch on the Vidura personality. So do we know who is Vidura? How he took birth? Some background? Yeah. Okay, perfect. So just touched on that one. So when our Pandus, Kaurava and their family, their father, he was not able to conceive the son. Then just a background. So then Vedvyas gave the fruits to, okay, Vedvya was looking very scary person. He was so knowledgeable, but he was not maintaining his personality. He was so scary thing, like open hair and this. And he said that, why don't you send your each wife and I will give the fruits. And then whenever they will take the fruits, they will give the child birth, right? So the first, who went there? Dhritarashtra father, he went. When as soon that the queen saw the Vedvyas, then what happened is she closed her eyes because of the scaredness. And with this closing the eyes, she took that fruit and she ate and she gave the birth to Dhritarashtra. So he born as a blind child. From by birth, he was a blind. And the second queen, she went, so she got the fruit, and what she became so scared. So because of the scaredness, so and she took that fruit and gave the birth to Pandu. So the Pandu born with physically little bit weak person. He was mentally healthy, but he was mentally he was so healthy, but the physically is not that strong. So he born. And the third, they then again said they would come to know that, okay, I was so scared, I was fearful, this. Then they sent the Dasi. Okay, you should conceive the son. And Dasi went with that so devotional, so full mindset and gave the all the obeisance and thing, and they took the fruit, and Vidura born. And because Vedvyas gave that fruit and she was so confident, and Vidura was so Vidura we always represent as a king Vidura. If you read the purport and everywhere, they mention as a king. But he was not the senior most, so he is not going to get. So again, so Prabhupada mentioned that whenever the Dasi Putra born, so who is the Dasi? Most of the case, Dasi, whenever the king married the queen, right? Along with the queen, many Dasi will come. And sometimes the king is attracted to the Dasi and they conceive any child. The child will get most of the benefit of the kingdom, but he is not eligible to become the king. So Vidura was that king. So he got the son, he become like a Dasi Putra, but he was not eligible to become a king. He was the one who was fully qualified to become the king of the Indraprastha. But because he was a Dasi Putra and he's so elevated and knowledgeable, so he became a chief minister, like an advisor to the king. So he was an advisor to the Pandus and the Dhritarashtra. So what is good and bad for the kingdom? So this is the very quick background of Vidura. So Vidura was the 100% qualified king for the Indraprastha. These discussions happen so many times in the Bhagavad Purana and Mahabharata. But because of the qualifications as of the Dasi Putra, he was not able to take the kingdom. So Vidura was well qualified, very humble, very tolerant person with good qualities. So now with that humility, he was asking Uddhav about this thing. But now Uddhav in the chapter number 2, he is remembering all the past time. Since he was the age of 5, he was serving Lord Kṛṣṇa. And Uddhav was remembering from the childhood how he was able to serve. He forgot that I have to take a breakfast. I have to do other things also. When he was serving and playing with the Krishna, he completely forgot with the attractions of the Krishna. And now he was keep on telling all the different activities which happens in Vrindavan and the Gokul. So Krishna was showing different his pastimes. Like he was giving the Putana example, which Balabhadra Prabhu also touched on that shloka. That he was so merciful. The person who is remembering Lord Krishna in positive or negative way, they both will get the liberation. He is so merciful that the person who is remembering, he was always taking care of that person. And he was also referring to the Kurukshetra war. He was giving all the example. He was so merciful in the terms of taking care of their devotees. That is the one part. The person like a Kamsa, their example, and the people who are standing opposite to the Krishna in the Kurukshetra war, whoever able to see Krishna. This is very good point. our Guruji also, Gita Govind Prabhuji mentioned long time back, if you are able to see Krishna in front of him, like, then you will get liberated. So now my question is, we always say we go to the temple and we will see Krishna, right? Krishna in the deity form. So is this going to be the same? Because here Uddhava is giving the example. In Kurukshetra, all the soldiers, whoever was the fortunate to see Krishna in person, wherever the Krishna is taking the chariot, all the soldiers were able to see the Krishna there. Whoever have the glance of the Krishna, they are qualified to go back to upper planet, to Vaikuntha Loka. By default, they will go to the Vaikuntha Loka. But Krishna is residing in which planet? Goloka Vrindavan. So all the planetary expansions, they reside in Vaikuntha Loka. Most of the having the, like last class I mentioned, they are of the Vishnu Tattvas. All the Vishnu Tattvas, planetary expansions of the Krishna are live and they reside in Vaikuntha Lokas. So now Uddhava is giving these examples that everyone who are connecting with the Krishna and having that Leelas there, then they are going to get that planet. They will, by default, they will be qualified. So similarly, he is taking the example of Kamsa, Putna, and all the demons and Shishupal. Everyone, they got liberated. So now, what is the message for us? When you read the Bhagavad-gita, right? So yeah, this is the story he was telling to Vidura. What we learn from this? What is the takeaway? Anyone wants to share? What is the takeaway? Why Uddhava is repeating the same thing? Maybe the Vidura already know. Why he's remembering Krishna in that separation mode? What he's telling to us?
Means when I was reading, I felt like God, the mercy of Krishna, like even if you do a little bit, the mercy of Krishna falls upon you very, very good. Like he does not care about his enemies. Is like he's very merciful. That's what
Yeah.
I got.
Okay. So to that, how to get the mercy? That is the second question for you, but I will come back to you, Prabhu. How to get that mercy? Yeah, he is merciful. We have to, as a student, when we go to the teacher, right? I need his teacher's knowledge, what I should do so that teacher be merciful and share his knowledge with us, right? So that's the one part. The execution part we will focus. Let's, anyone else wants to share any thoughts from this? Why Uddhava, what message for us from this chapter so far from the Uddhava and this conversation? There is definitely one message which Prabhupada is repeated many times in this purport also. What is the message overall after hearing this Leela? Anyone want to share any other thoughts?
Maybe one more thought I can share.
Yes, Prabhu.
So when he comes as a human,
Yeah.
he has to is as a human, like how I can say is he follows what as a human we do. Like we have enmity, we have son. Like he treated his mother like he gave the how I can say when he was a son of Yashoda, he's kind of behaving like a son, not like a god.
Yeah. That's
And
one.
when he's a friend, he is behaving as a friend.
Yeah.
I don't know what else you are expecting, but
No, I'm not expecting anything. I'm just thinking that when we heard this katha or leela of this one, right? Is many places now onward till I think Canto 7 or till 9, you will heard most of the stories from the different entity, and they are talking about the devotion service. All this now, this is the one of the best cantos is starting now from 3. Each and every chapter is giving the message for us how we can get rid of this birth and life cycle, how we can perform the devotional service. And in this canto itself, if you count the devotional service word, maybe it's more than 500 times. And Lord Kapila, he is giving the how to perform the devotional service. So now the takeaway is not only the katha and the leelas, takeaway for us that how we can improve this human birth. Right. So I'm more going to the more practical, because we want to take some away what I can do. Right. So now Uddhava is repeating all this story, and this is nothing new. Most of the story, Kalia story he was telling here, and all the different opulences is there, and killing the demons. Every day Krishna is killing 3 to 6 demons. Whenever he go to the Govardhan Hill and coming back, every day he is killing from the age of 5. As soon he went till the age of 11 or 13. If you count every day 3 also, he killed so many demons. And we remember only few of them. Aghasura, this Sura, that few of the thing, but thousands and thousands demon he was killing every day. But his purpose is not to come to Kali Yuga or this planet to kill the demon. He can do it anyway. But the substance of that one is he wants to give that bhakti. He wants to give the mercy to the Lord, and he wants to fulfill the desire of the devotees where he promised in Treta Yuga or Satya Yuga. So he come by himself in Dwapar Yuga to fulfill the desire of the devotee so that he can liberate them. So now the one important point take away from the Bhagavad Gita, if all remember, from chapter number 4, shloka number 9. I'm going to read that one purport. When I was reading that, I remember there are multiple places. One who know the transcendental nature, I'm reading the shloka number 9 of chapter 4. One who know the transcendental nature of my appearance and activity does not upon leave the body take his birth again in this material world, but attain my eternal abode, O Arjuna. So now Krishna telling Arjuna there that whoever know my activities. So what Uddhava is doing, he is telling the activities to us. Whoever know in detail all the Krishna's appearance and the activity, he never take birth in this material world. So now going back to our thing, what we are hearing from Vidura and Uddhava discussion is we are coming to know his appearance. What is the purpose of appearance and what activity he performed. Correct? So we can easily relate now all the stories, right? So this is the transcendental knowledge chapter where Krishna says that I appear many times, yada yada hi dharmasya, and the paritranaya sadhuna vinashaya tu dushkritam. So in that chapter, he is saying that whoever know my activity, because I am appearing so many times in different yuga, in the different planetary portions and expansions of myself, whoever try to understand this one, he never come back. He never take birth in this material world. So now, if you listen to from the Uddhava, what we will come to know? His activity and appearance. The purpose of his appearance is to give that bhakti. So that's where this chapter, this is the summary of the chapter 2, but we will read the shloka. But this week, I think I was thinking that we can cover many chapters because I know. But today we will stick to his appearance and activities, what Uddhava was trying to explain and how he is remembering the Lord Krishna. Right? So, and the further 3-4 chapter until the 5, he's keep on talking about the Lord's activities. So now the takeaway is, again, as my humble request, please read the activities, because Krishna already gave the guarantee. Who knows my activities in appearance, he is not going to take birth in this material world. Make sense, right? So that is the purpose. So wherever we now from here till Canto number, I think Prahlad Maharaj and Ajamil story, I think up to the chapter number, Canto number 7, we will heard only the Leelas from the reference from his pure devotees, like Prahlad Maharaj, one of the topmost, Varaha Avatar, all the different appearance, and because Lord Kapila himself, as a Krishna, he is a planetary expansion. He is going to tell what is the purpose of the devotional service. Right? So all these leelas and activities and pastime, this is the best opportunity for us in this Kali Yuga is sincerely, very attentively hear this katha, because Krishna already gave that proof. Whoever knows my pastime, and after hearing that one, you will never come back. Right? Any questions before we will jump into this chapter and we will start reading the text? Any questions? No? Okay. Let's, our Partha Priya Prabhu is here. He is going to read first 5 shlokas and then we will go from there.
Chapter 2. First, Sri Sukdev Goswami said, when the great devotee Uddhava was asked by Vidura to speak on the messages of the dearest Lord Kṛṣṇa, Uddhava was unable to answer immediately due to excessive anxiety at the remembrance of the Lord. He was one who, even in his childhood, at the age of 5 years, was so absorbed in the service of Lord Kṛṣṇa that when he was called by his mother for morning breakfast, he did not wish to have. Text 3. Uddhava served the Lord continually from childhood, and in his old age that attitude of service never slackened. As soon as he was asked about the message of the Lord, he at once remembered all about him. Text 4. For a moment he remembered dead silent. For a moment he remained dead silent and his body did not move. He became absorbed in the nectar of remembering the Lord's lotus feet in devotional ecstasy, and he appeared to be going increasingly deeper into this
Ecstasy. Yep.
It was so observed by Vidura that Uddhava had all the transcendental bodily changes due to total ecstasy, and he was trying to wipe away tears of separation from his eyes. Thus, Vidura could understand that Uddhava had completely assimilated extensive love for the Lord.
Again, thank you, Prabhu. I think so. Now you are now he's start going to tell all the remembrance from him, but he was not able to speak. Is it happen, right? Sometime recently we saw that we are trying to glorify our Guru Maharaj. Most of us, we are start crying because we are seeing that separation, right? So it happens that now we know that he is no longer with us, but all the memories and all the guidance and the things, this is very good example actually. Now after when I saw the tears in eyes, when he was about to tell about the Krishna and all his activity, now he's not able to have that the bodily compassion, that he is not able to control his bodily thing, and he was start crying, and he can see that the tears are flowing because we saw that one is all of our God brothers, when we were like talking about our Guru Maharaj and that separation. So that is the quality of the devotees. So similarly, the Uddhava, he was serving Lord Kṛṣṇa from the age 5. It's a big separation. It's not very small. And he forgot, like a mother, when I was reading this one, at the age 5, can we think of like serve other person? Right? It's difficult. Now he is remembering from that childhood. And now if you read more, when we will read, he's saying that we were serving him, we playing with him and have lot of association, but we forgot to understand that he was the supreme personality. That was the thing is, right? So similarly, from all our like Srila Prabhupada and all our Acharya and Parampara, they came to give this message. And now for our lesson learned from this is we need to remember their what we say, that contribution. Yesterday again, we were while going, we were having some discussion that going by flight to India or by like 50 years back, how Prabhupada came. I said at that time the flight was there, but why Prabhupada didn't came by flight? Anyone? Actually, this discussion happened when I was dropping my mother to the airport. Oh, Prabhupada. And Prabhupada didn't have money. And he was following his guru instruction that can you go to the Western country and preach? And he want to preach and he didn't have the money. And then he went to Morarji Desai's wife. She has the boating company. That can you give me the ticket so that I can go to Western country and free of cost. This is $0, 0 rupees ticket. He got it. Now, why he took that much of pain to come 2 or 3 months of the journey with 2 heart attack in that one? He took so much of pain just to give this message.
And that too, sorry.
Yeah.
That too, it was not a ship for passenger. It was like
the containers, cargo thing.
ship.
Yeah, it's a cargo thing.
Yeah.
And in that cargo, it was not like our cruise
Right.
that we have a 24/7 food available there.
Right.
And he took that pain and journey for whom? He's not, we all came here to get the green dollars. But he came to give this knowledge to us. He took so much of pain. When we were going there in the car, when I was airport, right? So Amma was asking that, okay, flight was there, Prabhupada, how Prabhupada came? I said, yeah, Prabhupada came by boat. I never thought because he didn't have money. And he didn't give immediately that ticket of the boat also. He had to spend so many days going back and forth. And he spent so many hours in Morarji Desai wife. It's given in the Leela Amrit book. And he was stay there to just convince her that I want to follow my guru instruction, give this knowledge to Western people. So now he took so much of pain to give this knowledge. Are we really sincerely appreciating that what he did for this country? For entire world, is not for this country. He did so much of thing so for this country. Okay, so now is our job, right, to give this knowledge. We are in so comfortable air conditioned room sitting on the sofa, and we are trying to give this knowledge. And some people we are taking, and we are taking also, like yesterday and this morning we are taking it. But are we sincere? Are we really appreciating our guru and Prabhupada and his guru? They took so much of pain to write this book. Whenever I read the Prabhupada this book, so many purport he wrote. For us, it took a couple of years to read these books. It's not easy.
No.
And he spent every night 3 to 4 hours to write this, all the translation of the Bhagavad Puran and make so easy for us. But still we are not sincere. And now Uddhava is narrating the same, that Krishna was with us, but we are unable to identify that Supreme Personality. So let's move on to this one. But these stories and connecting with the Prabhupada is so emotional thing is, Prabhupada took so much of challenge. Really, it's we were fortunate actually that we have this knowledge. We have Guru, we have Prabhupada, his lectures. So comfortably we can listen. We can. There are so many audio lectures. I was reading this. The same Prabhu, Balabhadra Prabhu was reading this. So this book, if you don't have it, maybe I can try to get an order. All the Prabhupada important shlokas from Bhagavad Gita classes, Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, and all the important words are given in this book. It's a very nice book. It's small, but it has all Prabhupada's shlokas from his lectures. So that's what the Balabhadra Prabhu is always referring. If you want to give a class or summary, I see that when I ask him for summary of that one, he took all the shlokas what Prabhupada spoke about Canto 3. So let's go to the next 5 shlokas. Amit Prabhu. I'm going in my sequence where I'm seeing the videos. Yes, Amit Prabhu. Number 6.
Text 6. The great devotee Uddhava soon came back from the adobe of the Lord to the human plane, and wiping his eyes, he awakened his reminiscence of the past and spoke to Vidura as a in a pleasing mood. Text 7. Sri Uddhava said, "My dear Vidura, the sun of the world, Lord Kṛṣṇa has set, and our house has now been swallowed by the great snake of time. What can I say to you about our welfare?" Text 8. This universe with all its planets is most unfortunate, And even more unfortunate are the members of the Yadu dynasty because they could not identify Lord Hari as the personality of Godhead any more than the fish could identify the moon. Text 9. The Yadus were all experienced devotees, learned and expert in psychic study. Over and above this, they were always with the Lord in all kinds of relaxations, and still they were only able to know him as one supreme who dwells everywhere. Text 10. Under no circumstances can the words of person bewildered by the illusory energy of Lord deviate the intelligence of those who are completely surrendered souls.
Very good. So, yeah, let's read 5 more. He was talking about like how unfortunate like us, Yadu families, because you know that the Yadu family was fight with each other and the Yadu family was completely demolished, or they completely like fight with each other and kill everyone. So they were also unfortunate people. So that's what he was talking about there. And he was giving the example of the how our Yadu family was so intelligent, so learned people, but still they were not able to identify the Supreme. Correct. So let's go to the next 5. Anika and Anisha, you want to read 5 and 5 each?
Text 11. Lord Sri Krishna, who manifested his eternal form before the vision of all on the earth, performed his disappearance by removing his form from the sight of those who are unable to see him as he is, due to not executing required penance. The Lord appeared in the mortal world by his eternal potency, Yogamaya. He came in his eternal form, which is just suitable for his pastimes. These pastimes were wonderful for everyone, even for those proud of their own opulence, including the Lord himself in his form as the Lord of Vaikuntha. Thus, his Sri Krishna's transcendental body is the ornament of all ornaments. All the demigods from the upper, lower, and middle universal planetary systems assembled at the altar of the Rajasuya sacrifice performed by Mahārāja Yudhishthira. After seeing the beautiful bodily features of Lord Kṛṣṇa, they all contemplated that he was the ultimate dexterous creation of Brahma, the creator of human beings. The damsels of Vraja, after pastimes of laughter, humor, and exchanges of glances, were anguished when Kṛṣṇa left them. They used to follow him with their eyes, and thus they sat down with stunned intelligence and could not finish their household duties. The personality of Godhead, the all-compassionate controller of both spiritual and material creations, is unborn, but when there is friction between his peaceful devotees and persons who are in the material modes of nature, he takes birth just like fire, accompanied by the Mahat Tattva.
Very nice. So again, Uddhava is narrating the qualities of the Krishnas. Whenever the Krishna was there and all the demigods, what they were thinking is, the Brahma's creation is so wonderful that he created this kind of human being, which represent that some people is still not able to recognize him. They were thinking he is the Brahma's creations. So, but now all the Vraj people, Krishna, again, he is going to narrate more opulences activity which Krishna has performed when he was in the Braj Bhumi, right? So he was going there. So let's read. Please focus on each of every word, because it's very simple words. So where just see that Uddhava is narrating the quality of one personality, person, right? Who was there with us from the childhood and doing the activities. And he was with us as a supreme, but we are not feeling that, okay, he's the person. That like now we are seeing more value of our Guru Maharaj, the way I'm seeing now, because he's not with us, but the way the quality represent. The yesterday also I was talking to my mother. She's our Guru Maharaj. He always in one or other challenges with the different temples and his bodily thing also, right? He has so much of pain, but you never see him that, oh, today I have a pain, I need a rest. We never saw in my experiences 2009 till this year. and we were very close from 2011. He came and he left like Atlanta, coming for 1 day, 2 day, 3. I never heard anything. He was always having that lot of thing is going on with him, but he never showed that kind of quality. Like okay, I don't have time. Many times we went to the Delhi temple also. We want to see him. Many things is going on, boy. He still give 5 minutes to see the person. If anyone go there and see him, it's not us, anyone around the world. So because of his own so many commitments to meeting with the different personality, many people like Prime Minister, governor, chief minister, so many people in line there. I saw many times. Janmashtami also, a police commissioner was there, is standing in line to see him, and he is taking very normal like the person, and he also so humble that as a commissioner with him like 10 other police forces are standing. He is just normal, right? So now Krishna himself, supreme personality, is sitting in this, the one of the Rajasuya Yuga is performing. When the yajna is happening, many demigods from the heavenly planets, they came. But the Krishna's features and the qualities, the way the Prabhupada had mentioned in this, the purport is completely different, right? So let's go to the next 5 shlokas. These are all the qualities in the past time. So when we listen or read, give full attention. That was the Prabhupada. That's why I was referring to our chapter number 4 of Bhagavad Gita. Whoever know my activity and pastime, he never take the birth. Take the advantage. Give your sincere efforts to understand the Leelas, right? So, and we are hearing from Uddhava. He's topmost devotee of Lord Krishna himself. Okay, next 5 shlokas. So, Anika, you want to read now?
Text 16. When I think of Lord Kṛṣṇa, how he was born in the prison house of Vasudeva, although he is unborn, how he went away from his father's protection to Vraja and lived there incognito out of fear of the enemy, and how, although unlimitedly powerful, he fled from Mathura in fear. All these bewildering incidents give me distress. Lord Kṛṣṇa begged pardon from his parents for their inability to serve their feet due to being away from home because of great fear of Kamsa. He said, "O mother, O father, please excuse us for this inability." All this behavior of the Lord gives me pain at heart. Who, after smelling the dust of his lotus feet even once, could ever forget it? Simply by expanding the leaves of his eyebrows, Kṛṣṇa has given the death blow to those who are burdening the earth. You have personally seen how the king of Chedi, Shishupal, achieved success in yoga practice, although he hated Lord Kṛṣṇa. Even the actual yogis aspire after such success with great interest, by performance of their various practices. Who can tolerate separation from him? Certainly others who were fighters on the battlefield of Kurukshetra were purified by the onslaught of Arjuna's arrows, and while seeing the lotus-like face of Lord Kṛṣṇa, so pleasing to the eyes, they achieved the abode of the Lord.
Very nice. So again, now you see that, right? So Shishupal and all the fighters who are standing in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, all they get the abode of the Lord. So important of seeing the Krishna. Now the question is, Krishna as so powerful, why he, like, definitely he is not revealing to mother and his father that I am the supreme and powerful thing, but mother is always, as a child, right, she was worried that whenever Krishna goes to the forest, she knows that these demons are always bothering Krishna. She is more worried all the time. So this is something is when I was reading this, I'm taking more like a the understanding from the why is Krishna doing these leelas. Before the Krishna born, is not like he was born in very nice place or thing with a very peaceful environment. Before he born, he was coming to this planet, right? He knows that the people are sitting there to kill him. They are ready that, okay, eighth child has to be killed. Before he came, he knows this one, but they're still having these all these leelas he was showing there, like we know that when he appeared, Mathura, what happened to that prison house, and the father took him to the Gokul place and changed the thing. All these stories we know why Krishna wants to do these leelas, right? So give some thoughts, because these are some of the stories will come in our Janmashtami also. Janmashtami is very near, so this month. So these Krishna's leelas are explained in Canto number 10. Hopefully we will reach there. We will heard more details about the Janmashtami and the importance of Krishna's birth. So when I was reading this one, so many leelas, so he has perfect planning, because he wants to fulfill the desire of the devotees. So I will give why the Devaki was in prison and why Krishna took birth there, what promise he gave in the Satya Yuga that Devaki should be there, and the rest of his life he has to spend with the Yashoda, and why he was doing this, all the drama. He can come very simple life and play with everything and go back. No, he is doing so many twists in the story. So why he was doing it? So after understanding is, because these are the desire of some devotees, and step by step he is fulfilling the desires, right? So with that, let's move on to the next person, Snigdha, and then after that Anish.
Lord Sri Krishna is the Lord of all kinds of threes and is independently supreme by achievement of all kinds of fortune. He is worshipped by the eternal maintainers of the creation, who offer him the paraphernalia of worship by touching their millions of helmets to his feet. Therefore, O Vidura, does it not pain us, his servitors, when we remember that he, Lord Kṛṣṇa, used to stand before King Ugrasena, who was sitting on the royal throne, and used to submit explanations before him, saying, O my Lord, please let it be known to you. Alas, how shall I take shelter of one more merciful than he who granted the position of mother to a she-demon, Putana, although she was unfaithful and she prepared deadly poison to be sucked from her breast? I consider the demons, who are inimical towards the Lord, to be more than the devotees, because while fighting with the Lord, absorbed in thoughts of enmity, they are able to see the Lord carried on the shoulder of Garuda, the son of Tarksha, Kashyapa, and carrying the wheel weapon in his hand. The personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna, being prayed to by Brahma to bring welfare to the earth, was begotten by Vasudeva in the womb of his wife Devaki in the prison of the king of Bhoja.
Very nice. So as one of the shloka, Balabhadra Prabhu also touched on this, right? So this is the only one shloka in the first 4th chapter Prabhupada spoke about. None of the shloka he spoke. He spoke about the Vidura many times and discussions, but he picked only first 4th chapter from the Canto 3. This is the one shloka Prabhupada took, as per this book. Maybe he discuss or refer, but I saw that only one book. That's why Balabhadra Prabhu also mentioned in his that Krishna is so merciful. The person who is coming to Krishna's house to kill Krishna by feeding the deadly poison, Krishna is so merciful that she got the abode of Krishna. Because she come. There are many stories from different acharyas and our senior Maharaj also, that why Putna is getting that much of a highly status, because she came as mother. So mother's position in our Shastras and in scriptures is very topmost. As our 7th mother is who wants to feed our child, right? So they will get the highest position. So Krishna gave, but her intention was wrong. Her consciousness is to kill Krishna, but still her thought is, I will go as a mother. Because if you go back to the Sati Yuga, there was one story of Vaman Dev and the Bali Maharaj. That time, when the Vaman Dev was doing all the activities, we will learn that more. I'm just touching that, how the Putna appear. So that time, Bali's mother or the sister. So sister thinking that, oh, I want the Vamandev as my own child. So before Vamandev asked for the 3-step, then Vamandev asking the 3-step, our sister think, okay, it's so nice and so like merciful, this personality. She was start thinking, I want the same child as my mother, my son. But once he covered all the 3-step and the 3rd step, go to the head of the Bali Maharaj, that time she was so angry, the sister was so angry that I wish this child I should be killing with my own poison. She wants first time as a child, and then now she wants to kill that child. And her both the desire was fulfilled as a putra. So she was going as a mother and want to kill, but the end result is she has to give her own life. But because is a Krishna, she is getting the highest planet and she went back to Goloka Vrindavan. There are different sections of the Goloka Vrindavan. That is another thing. I was thinking that if I'm thinking that Kamsa also go to the Goloka Vrindavan, he's an enemy, and I'm also thinking good for Krishna, I'm also Goloka Vrindavan. How is possible? But there are different, like in this planet, right? He will go to the end part where he is there, but he is not able to see Krishna every day. But the devotees is always serving Krishna all the time. So there are a lot of other details. I was thinking that what is the difference? He's an enemy. He's also going same place. I am also going same place. It's not possible. So there are a huge difference that some people, they will go to the lower of that Goloka Vrindavan planet where they are getting the same benefit. Like there one of the thing, the story I was telling, but he is not able to see Krishna. Like yesterday in our Bhagavad Gita class, I was giving the example of jail. We all are in jail. We know that one, right? So if we take our real jail, like Tihar jail, in Tihar jail, there is a different sections for the different prisoners. If you are a VIP prisoner, you are a chief minister of one state, but you did the mistake, you will get the VIP facility. You should have nice facilities, separate bathroom, maybe sofa, couch, TV, and you will get the home prepared food, but you are still in jail. So similarly, the other prisons, they are there. They are the one 8x8 section with the bathroom, food, and everything in the one place. But it's all inside the jail, right? So Goloka Vrindavan also, we have the same spot. Some people will be getting very close to Krishna and able to serve him, and other people, they are not going to get that opportunity. So these are the different category. The Kamsa is not able to serve Krishna for many, many years until he qualified to go to close to Krishna. So these are something I read somewhere, but we will get more detail on that one. So it's not the same that, okay, enemy is also going same place and doing the same activity. No, because their desire is to kill Krishna, like a Putana, Kamsa, Shishupal, so many other, we know that these there are many personalities who came, who are jealous and envy of Krishna. They are not going to get same benefit. Let's read next. Anish, you want to read 5, and then Kirtana, if you are there, you can read 5. Whoever you want to read. Okay. One person will get 5 and the next 4. We will first read it and then we will discuss on this thing. These are all Leelas again. Next 9 shlokas are Leelas. Yes, Anish.
Text 26.
26.
Father, being afraid of Kamsa, brought him to the cow pastures of Mahārāja Nanda, and there he lived for 11 years like a covered flame with his elder brother Baladev. In his childhood, the Almighty Lord was surrounded by cowherd boys and calves, and thus he traveled on the shore of the Yamuna River through gardens densely covered with trees and filled with vibrations of chirping birds. When the Lord displayed his activities just suitable for childhood, he was visible only to the residents of Vrindavana. Sometimes he would cry and sometimes laugh, just like a child, and while so doing, he would appear like a lion cub. While herding the very beautiful bulls, the Lord, who was the reservoir of all opulence and fortune, used to blow his flute and thus he enlivened his faithful followers, the cowherd would. The great wizards, who were able to assume any form, were engaged by the king of Boja, Kṛṣṇa, to kill Kṛṣṇa. But in the course of his pastimes, the Lord killed them as easily as a child breaks doll.
Yes, Kirtana, next 4 shlokas.
The inhabitants of Vrindavana were perplexed by great difficulties because a certain portion of the Yamuna was poisoned by the chief of the reptiles, Alya. The Lord chastised the snake king within the water and drove him away. And after coming out of the river, he caused the cows to drink the water and proved that the water was again in its natural state. The Supreme Lord Kṛṣṇa desired to utilize the opulent financial strength of Mahārāja Nanda for worship of the cows, and also he wanted to give a lesson to Indra, the king of heaven. Thus he advised his father to perform worship of Go, or the pasturing land and the cows, with the help of learned Brahmanas. O sober Vidura, King Indra, his honor having been insulted, poured water incessantly on Vrindavana, and thus the inhabitants of Vraja, the land of cows, were greatly distressed. But the compassionate Lord Kṛṣṇa saved them from danger with his pastime umbrella, the Govardhana hill. In the 3rd season of the year, the Lord enjoyed as the central beauty of the assembly of women by attracting them with his pleasing songs in an autumn night brightened by moonshine.
Very nice. So just touching each and everything, Uddhava is explaining that Indras, insulted by the Indra to all the Vrajvasis. So how the Krishna protected, and how the Krishna's, the Leelas was, the dancing Leela happening during the 3rd season of the year. So similarly, he was telling all the Kaliyas and every different story. These are the Leelas. If you read the purport, Prabhupada touch on some of the things by just our learning purpose. So similarly, all these Leelas, hopefully we will get more details, but I would recommend that my humble request, please read the purport, because I don't have much, because if we cover each purport and read like line by line, is going to take a long time. So these are the Leelas, again, as if going to the reference from the Bhagavad Gita, because we need to read these Leelas and understanding the pastime. That will just give birth and life, and we will directly go back to Krishna Loka. That is the importance of this understanding. Now, Uddhava is not a small personality. He was with Krishna and he is telling his activities. So these are 100% truth and directly coming from the personality who is the incarnation of Krishna. And Uddhava, and I think you know that Uddhava is look like Krishna, because there are stories in the chapter Canto number 10 where Uddhava is referring, and he took the message to all the gopis. So we will hear more about that Canto 10th later. But these are the stories one by one he was telling to Vidura. And after that, he is going to give more detail what happened now after that Kurukshetra war. So with that, I want to stop here. Exactly, we are reaching at 10:30. Any questions, any thoughts, comments? Okay, so let's get some information from Krishna Sharam Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat pranams to all nice devotees. Very nice chapter, lot of activities, lot of pastimes. You covered them so well, Prabhu. I don't think there is much to add. Like you were telling about Vidura. Actually, Vidura, in his previous life, he was Yamadharmaraj. So because of a curse, he became the son of a Dasi Putra. So, that's why he is so knowledgeable and so devoted to Krishna and everything. He knows who is Krishna. Not many people know who is Krishna is the Supreme Lord in that assembly. So Vidura was a very smart person. He was a Mahamantri, of course, as you said, for Kauravas. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, everyone. So Rajiv Sham Prabhu, can you stay for a few more minutes? That's it. So everyone can drop. Vancha kalpataru basacha Sindhu Bhavacha Patitanam Pavnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo